Welcome back to the channel. Let me get my shadow off here. I have a spindle going bad, and it's been going bad for quite a little while. I thought it would get to the point where I'd have to replace it, but let me pull this mic off of here. I'll lose my magnet on the inside. You can hear it. And all the rest of them seem to be, holding up well. But I ordered 3 of them off of eBay. I'm sure that they're probably made in China, but physically they look correct. They'll go on this direction, but I'll find out as soon as I start tearing this one apart. But here, listen. Yeah, that one might override these. But we're going to get all 3 of them changed, but we're going to start with this one and see how it goes. I neglected to tell you that this is off of a Cub Cadet 60-inch tank. They call it a tank, but this is 19 years old, and it's been a very good tractor. I've had to put a starter on it and some other things, but belts for sure. But this is like the first real major thing that has gone, and it's not real major. But I'm going to start. I've got Hercules impact wrenches, 1 1/8" to get the nut and the bolt out of it. There's a pulley set. I'll set the camera up on the other side. But the first thing I'm going to do is pull this assembly out and then take my smaller 1/2" impact and pull out these 4 bolts that actually hold the spindle on and see what has to be done on the upper side of this. All right, here's what I'm dealing with. The center bolt coming out of there was nice and easy, but there is a spline on the top side over here. And if I take you to the other side, hopefully you'll be able to see it in the shadows. Right there, you can see that spline. And it's definitely rusty, so I'll go see what I can find to whack that. The pulley is also splined, of course. And the other thing that I'm sure, here's the shaft that came out of it. Clean that up a little bit in a spacer. And I did not realize this, but I have another bearing here. I don't think that's a spacer. Nope, that's a spacer. Instead of looking through the camera. So I'll go see if I've got a piece of brass or something about that size. I think I have a brass hammer that's just maybe a little bit too big, but we'll see if we can get that knocked out of there. Oh, the other thing I'm dealing with is there is a grease fitting that extends out to here. I'm sure that that's going to get in the way as far as trying to get it back through that deck. I lied to you. I didn't get anything brass. I just went and got a next size larger, like a 5/8 socket, and started wailing on it. And I saw up here, let me get out of the way, that there was a cutout here in the deck for that grease fitting to come out, and it came out just fine. So I will pull the fitting out of here, put it into here, trying to see if it has any really bad noises or feels dry, like I missed greasing it or something. And right now I'm not feeling it. It's nice and stiff, but let's see what this one feels a little looser. So we'll get that exchanged or changed out and start on the other 2. Now, I did pressure wash this thing before I got started, just so it wasn't so messy. Plus, it's the end of the season, and what I'll do is I'll take fluid film and really coat everything up after I've done handling it. It's not as bad in the spring, but definitely to keep the rust at bay, I coat it. I tried paint early on, and it never lasted very long. And but that fluid film seems to soak in the joints and really help on the longevity of these steel parts. I took out the grease fitting and the extension that they came with, or that is in the old one, and I went to put it in, and I can't get it to start straight. It looks like it's probably correct, maybe a little small, but I took this over to my tap and die set, and this quarter 28 spun right in. So it's going to be my hopes that I'm going to be able to clean up this hole a little bit and get that in there. I don't want those chips to get down in where the bearing is. So I'm going to put grease on this. I'm going to hold it upside down and do the best I can to get that those threads either cleaned up or correct for that fitting, and hopefully everything works out right. Well, through that time lapse, you saw that I got that fitting into here. The pulley looks like it will go on either direction. But I know that the dirty side is down because I pressure washed the top. I used the wire brush on the ID of that spline and got it so it'll slide on. But I'll put it back on time lapse and we'll get this thing installed. Before I put the spindle in, I wanted to point out that there is a spacer that goes on the top side before your nuts go on. And then in order for me to get to that, I needed to slant this thing forward because these kept wanting to be in my way. And the way I did that, here it is from the side view, is that I took two of my jack stands and I put it on to the two bolts. Now I won't be able to do that with, spread out like that when I go to do the other two, but I'll have to figure out another way to do that. But that is holding it in a position where my arms can get around both sides of that spindle to get it bolted into place. There's a problem. There are two sets of holes in this. The holes that accept the diameter bolts, it looks like 3/8" bolts that hold this spindle on, they fit fine. But they're indexed incorrectly. You can see that these have a smaller bolt diameter than these. And these, if I have my grease fitting there, which there's a cutout over there where it has to go, and the holes off the old one need to be there. You can see over here that it's way over there. So I'm going to have to do some calling around because I used the part number off of my spindles in order to order these parts off of eBay. So I'm going to be chasing my tail around here because it's not a direct fit. Now I could come over here and just relocate this and that might not be a problem, other than I'm chewing into my deck when I really don't need to be and bearing up the steel. So I've got to decide what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this off for another sunny day. It's the next day. Last night I went in and got a hold of the seller on eBay that sold me these items. Kind of luckily they were in California, and did it all over like texting, but explained that the holes don't line up when you get the grease fitting in the right place. And they offered that if I was willing to modify the deck, that they would give me a 50% refund. So I told them, yeah, I'll do that because I want to get this done and this put away before winter comes. But the other thing that I was struggling with yesterday is getting that grease fitting to fit into the new spindles. I neglected this in the first package, that it came with its own fittings, and the diameter is quite a bit smaller, and it is definitely shorter. And I already have a hard enough time getting grease into these, so I'm going to go ahead and tap out the remainder of these spindles so that I'm going to use the old fittings. And my plan is to take the spacer that goes on the top, put it in to a location where I can get to the grease fitting, and I'm going to just drop all four of the bolts down in here, and I'm going to draw out where the cutout needs to be. And it doesn't have to be as deep as this spacer is, and it doesn't need to be that deep. But this spindle goes in from the bottom side, and I'm going to cut out as little as possible so I don't, take that big hunk out of it. Not that it makes a big difference, but I'll get started on this and see if we can't make these spindles work. All right, I did not get a very good shot of that, but I'll try to do one of these other ones as far as the grinding process. But there I'm spinning it by the blade at the bottom, and I'm going to put this on the tripod so that I can hold the mic right next to the spindle. You can hear the sound difference. All right, I'm going to spin it by the blade. Smooth as butter. So that's been making that noise for a year, maybe even two, and that's really going to quiet it down. And I'm going to go ahead and replace the other two while I'm at it, but I am going to hold on to the other two only because they're still usable, and if these made in China ones fail quickly, at least I'll have something to hold me over until I get some good ones in. There it is, all back together. That's the way the belt goes. And actually, as it moved along, it got a little easier. And once I got a sharp deburring bit in that air grinder, it went a lot faster. But 3 new spindles, let's see how they last.